Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone. Whether you're coming back, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'm getting ready for work because that's what I do, a little bit of glam, a little bit of gab, and catch up with everybody. So the last video I dropped, I was like, it's my first day of work. Get ready with me on my first day of work. Everything is going fine. Thank you for all of you who have answered the call and sent out some positive vibes in the universe for me. I collected them. I felt them. They were transmitted, and everything is going super, super well. So I'm gonna do just a quick get ready because kind of running late, shocker. And I wanted to talk about a new drop that I saw. I wanted to talk about how, like, I haven't mentioned giveaways yet because, you know, it's gonna be harder for me to do giveaways, and that was sort of one of my signature things. I'm getting into my Makeup Forever kind of all over face palette, and I'm gonna work with that a little bit today. I don't know how this is gonna go, so I'm just gonna be like doing my makeup and gabbing like I do. But this is like, I'm talking about the giveaways. I'm thinking that there's going to be opportunities when I'm just kind of mixing these two colors, a little pseudo color correcting. There's going to be opportunities for me to pass packages to people who are traveling back to the States. I mean, when you like, you know, when you're no, it doesn't, when you're in an environment where, you know, a lot of folks are in like the same boat, there's a lot of like, you know, trades back and forth, especially when you're overseas. Like, what am I talking about? I'm talking about, I remember when I was much younger overseas, if I got my hands on a box of macaroni and cheese, I put the call out to my other friends that were overseas and away from home and away from all of their creature comforts, comfort foods, all that stuff. I'd be like, I got mac and cheese, come over. And it would be like, we were thinking we were feasting. So I feel like it's that way with mail delivery, right? You know, people can take letters back. If I click and ship and prepare a mail label, and you know, and it's not like huge, not that, you know, my giveaways are pretty modest. I think they're good, but they tend to be modest, whatever I can fit in one of those padded envelopes. Anyway, I feel like I wouldn't have any problem asking a colleague that I knew was going back to the States, just, can you just drop this in the nearest like postal box for me? So I'm kind of working on that plan because I do have some stuff from the summer that that I had in mind for a giveaway. So I'm gonna keep working on that little package and see where that takes us. All right, so making Makeup Forever. Speaking of Makeup Forever, I noticed on Sephora when I was checking my spam mail from all of my beauty mailing lists I'm on. Sephora was advertising new drops. Like, they've dropped there's new Sephora faves. I'm gonna go in with now slightly a richer, deeper color and warm up the face. So Sephora's line itself apparently has done some new drops. I don't have a lot of Sephora line stuff. I know their lip glosses are really good. I think they're like, all of their stuff, I think generally speaking, is good. And you know, I know a lot of people use it, but anyway, I noticed as well that Makeup Forever has dropped a new concealer, and it's got niacinamide, and it has like all of these claims, like claims that it's long wearing, over 30 hours. It claims that it's very weightless. It claims that it's full coverage. So, and when I was looking at it, it kind of reminded me like the description of it, right? Because obviously in the pictures, you can't feel the formula. You don't really know. Is it thick? Is it thin? Is it feel like skin-like? Or is it going to feel like pancake face? But as I was reading the description, and I posted some of this on Discord, and I was chatting with Shanine about it, and we both agreed, wow, it looks lovely. But you know, you never know until you try it out. But by just reading the description, to me, it sounded a lot like the Haus Labs concealer, because Haus, Lady Gaga, if she does great tutorial videos, I think, using her products, and she's talked about this product. This is the Haus Labs concealer. She's talked about it like on some days when she doesn't want to go, you know, full glam or whatever, and she just wants coverage that is fulsome, but she didn't put like a lot of foundation and other stuff on her face. She just uses her concealer, this is very rich in niacinamide too. I don't know, just reading the description, it reminded me of the Haus Labs. the interesting thing too about this drop, the packaging. So it's one of these deals where, I'm just gonna get out my tear, where you've got your liquid on the bottom and there's a lovely little doe foot. Not the exact same shape as this, but so your liquid's on the bottom of this applicator, and on the top is some sort of sponge, like an applicator, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of liquidy or creamy products that put a sponge or some sort of blender type piece accent to the applicator, because like I am such a big, I don't want breakouts person, like cleaning my brushes a lot and, you know, cleaning my beauty blenders and not necessarily spending a lot on beauty blenders, because I will toss them, right? I will I will toss them if yeah, if I have any sense that they're looking like too gunky. I don't want to clean it again. It's not worth risking a breakout. So I don't understand how companies can figure that people won't, like, they're trusting the customers basically to be responsible, right? And to keep those things clean. Whereas I don't know if we can all be trusted. I don't know. That's where I'm going with that. All right, let's take a little bit of maybe this color. I'm just going to go in. Maybe I should have done the lighter one. I'm just going to go in a little bit on my cheeks. Like, I wore brown yesterday. I'm wearing brown again today. I was thinking about wearing pink today. There we go. There's some pink. I was thinking about wearing pink today, but I'm like, I gotta vary my outfits because I don't have a ton, because if you're tracking my channel, you know I've just moved, and it was a big move. It was an international move, and I don't know exactly when my stuff's gonna arrive. So I'm being a little bit, I have to be a little bit creative with mixing and matching what I have. And honestly, I want to do a little shopping. I would love to go to the big mall that they've got around here. And I went to that mall over Christmas when I visited, and I checked in with everybody. I even did a short because the Charlotte Tilbury, oh my gosh, the Charlotte Tilbury gondola and just space that's at this particular mall, I thought I died and went to heaven. It's got vanity seats set up. You could just sit there and like play with your makeup. I know it doesn't look like I did a lot, but I'm not going to do a lot. I honestly aren't. Oh, you know what else I want to talk about? I'm just going to use a little bit of, speaking of Charlotte, let me just set this just a little bit here, and I want to quickly talk about signature lips. I've been thinking about signature lips because I was thinking, you know, who comes to mind when you think about signature lips? Sorry, Taylor Swift. She's number one person that comes to mind when I think about signature lips. And I've seen a lot of, like, she's a lot in the news right now. When is she not in the news? But you know, she's dropping this new Life of a Showgirl album coming up, I think sometime in October. And so she's coming up in my feed because I did watch the podcast that she did with her boyfriend on the Boyfriend and Brothers, like, football podcast show, something heights. Anyway, fantastic. But now she's coming up in my feed, all these old interviews. And when she was younger, guys, she was just really, she didn't always have those red signature lips. So she developed those along the way, and she's keeping them, and I think they work great for her. I mean, Gwen Stefani, she tends to have those signature red lips too. I think that as I was pondering why I only have one shade of lipstick with me, what was I thinking when I packed out all of those lippies? Like, I think I was just focusing on grabbing glosses and balms because I knew that's what I would wear a lot this summer, and I didn't really think this far ahead into, you know, end of summer, like early fall, and being here and waiting for my stuff. But I mean, if I had to say what my signature lip was, like, I would say it's a nude, right? I tend to gravitate towards the nudes or the browns. You know, I stay away from red, I stay away from pinks and, you know, a bunch of funky colors, and I just pretty much focus on the nudes. And I think that that's fine. I think that we should all have a signature lip. And you know what having a signature lip does for you? It simplifies your life because you've got, you know, you can still have a bunch of different brands of whatever the case may be, of your reds, of your nudes. You can have MAC, you can have, you know, you can have all the things. And you can still mix it up and not be bored at your glam station because you're like, oh, I'm gonna use the MAC today. Oh, I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury today. Blah blah blah. So I wanted to know what's your signature lip? Go ahead and write it in the comments because inquiring minds, this one right here, wants to know. I'm still using this Huda. I'm still using my Huda Kuda. This very, very fine micro tipped spoolie to fill in my brows, which by now there's no lamination left in these things. They really should be cleaned up. Like, my goal this weekend is to start researching where can I go to get my nails done when it's time. You know, do they, you know, can I find somebody that will thread my eyebrows? This, that, and the other thing. All right, let's go in with just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. This is my Essence. I have been really thankful to myself that I threw this in my kit and it wasn't in the bag that's missing, which is still missing. And I'm getting news from home like, hey, we haven't found this thing yet, and more things are coming to mind that are in it. Like, I can just tell you, like, ooh, what did I just do there? My Kosas concealer is in there in my full size, but in my regular stuff that's still coming, I do have some Kosas couple minis. I love Kosas for brightening. So I'm hoping, I still haven't given up on that. My Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish is in there, the new one that I just bought. That's a holy grail for me. And I really wish that I had that. Yeah, just things every once in a while. I'm missing something that I knew I had all summer. I'm like, oh, it's in that bag. All right, lessons learned. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. I hope your family's well. And it's great hanging out as usual. And I will see you in the next video.